In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this pretty little fire and ice ring pour. This was leftover paints that was created from this bigger painting here, so I just sped some of this footage up just so you could get an idea of what came before it, because when I layered the leftover paints for the little painting, all of that was off camera. I didn't know that it was at the time. It was just one of those things. So I really wanted you to at least see what kind of coloring went into this. But I also just want to make this kind of quick so we can get into the creation of the little fire and ice video. So these are some of the colors. I used these 3 Arteza colors in it, and you can tell that those were from the previous packaging that they had. And this is my consistency. So it does leave a little bit of a mound on a mound, but it's a thinner mix than I sometimes would use for a ring pour. This is a metallic blue from Folk Art. I think it might be called something like sapphire or like a royal blue. I don't honestly remember. And what I did was there was leftover paint in that dustpan there, and I just scooped it across the canvas. I thought it was okay looking the way that it was right there, but I felt like it could be better. So here's where I'm relayering some of my leftover paints in a tiny cup, but you can't see what I'm doing. So the bit that's on the canvas right now is going to become my flow extender rather than the painting. But while we're at it, look at those really cool cells in the dustpan. All right, so here we go. I've layered this for a little bit of a ring pour, or maybe it's a straight pour that I did. Come to look at the video. I'm looking back at this actually. So in addition to those Arteza colors, I had a turquoise color, Prussian blue from Liquitex, and I might have had a little bit of that graphite metallic from Liquitex, and my white, my what do you call that, Artist Loft white, and of course 24K Extreme Sheen. Now, I don't necessarily recommend touching paint without gloves, but I did it here. Don't copy me. If you do so, do it at your own risk, because if you're using any paint with any toxic stuff in it, I wouldn't really know about that, would I? So you've got to be careful with that yourself. Make wise decisions for your health. Our skin does absorb things. So here I am just starting to open this up a little bit, just really gently tilting this canvas. I want to get this this formation really situated. I really like what I'm seeing here, so I want to do my best to maintain as much of the integrity as I can, which is why you see me tilting in various different little angles so often like this. I don't normally have to tilt this way with the puddle, but in this case I felt like I needed to, and I was just going with the motions as I was seeing what was taking place within the opening of it. Okay, and I got that corner anchored, and then we're coming back in the opposite direction to just really start opening that up. And I decided to not take it all the way to the edge yet, just wanting to make sure I can really maintain as much of the structure that I see in this puddle as I can. I really love turquoise and red together. I have always loved that combination since I was a teenager. There's a few combinations I think are really neat that you don't typically see done out there in the world within color combinations of people's clothing even, or other things, but red and that bright turquoise is something I have always thought looked really nice together. And then of course, once you have gold going in it, in a way you have the primary colors, sort of. I mean, you're not using a hardcore royal blue or like just a regular true blue, and you're not using yellow per se, but you've kind of got a little bit of an offshoot going of the primary colors, which can look really nice. Now, if you're using the truest form of the primary colors, that can look very juvenile and a little bit garish, in my opinion. But so, when you use maybe one in its true form and then you use slightly varied versions of the other two, it can look really pleasing. It can have a very pleasing effect. So I'm just going to, I'm looking for something I can use to touch up the corners of the painting. So I've decided to just go for table drippings, but you can see how I'm using the edge of that stick to try to go underneath it. So in a way, I'm doing kind of like a transfer of, you know, the formations that are down there in the puddling, because those look really nice. I do this sometimes with a spoon as well, but on that day I just happen to have a big fat popsicle type of stick. Well, a fat popsicle type stick. So if you like what you're seeing here, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell so that you get all my content. Give me a like, a thumbs up if you will, and leave me a comment. Any interaction helps the YouTube algorithm decide to promote my work a little bit more and help other people find it, and I'd certainly appreciate you doing that if you like this video. Your support in that way really means a lot to me. So I really like how this came out. I think this is a really fun and unique piece. I really like the fire and ice kind of theme. It's a theme I really do like. So I'll probably do more with this sort of color scheme in the future. Look at all those beautiful lines. I really love that. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm really pleased with how this came out, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Well, again, thank you for being here, and I will look forward to seeing you at my channel again soon and my next video. Yeah, look at that. That is really cool. Too bad that stayed in the dustbin.